another exciting review of Atomic Habits by James Clear. And today we're going to be reviewing chapter 14, which says how to make good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. In other words, how to make good habits easy and bad habits hard, right? This is another topic under the third law of behavior change that says make it easy. Make your good habits easy, right? So we're going to start off with a story, the story of Victor Hugo. You know, in the summer of 1830, he was facing a big challenge. 12 months before then, he had promised his publishers that he was going to publish a new book, was going to deliver a new book for publication. But instead of sitting down and writing, he found himself doing other things, attending to other projects, entertaining guests, doing a whole lot of other things apart from writing this book that he promised to deliver. And then the publishers decided to hit him with a deadline. They told him that he had only 6 months to deliver that book, that the book had to be finished by February 1831. So this guy, having seen that he had a very short time to deliver this book, it's something that he had to do. It was a frog that he must eat. So he came up with a strange plan. He told his assistant to lock away all his clothes, lock them away, that he wouldn't have access to any of his clothes, apart from one shawl that he would hang on his body. So because he didn't have any clothes to wear, he couldn't go around in a shawl, dressing indecently. He was forced, furiously forced, to sit down and write the book. And this book was published. In fact, 2 weeks early. It was published 2 weeks early on January 14, 1831. Sometimes success is less about making good habits easy and more about making bad habits hard, because he knew that he couldn't go out without putting on decent clothes, right? He made a hard decision to lock away all his clothes, right? So he was forced to do that which he needed to do. This is an inversion of the third law of behavior change. Make it difficult. So instead of making your bad habits easy, make it difficult. Then make your good habits easy. If you find yourself continually struggling to follow through on your plans, you can also learn from Victor Hugo and make your bad habits more difficult by doing what psychologists call commitment device. A commitment device is a choice that you make now that controls your action in the future. You make that choice now in the present, but it has great benefits for your future. It helps you to be in charge. It helps you to be in control of your life. In fact, most times you do it once and it keeps yielding results. For example, if you know that you are always tempted to spend more than you earn or to engage in unnecessary spending, you can make a commitment device by deleting your banking app, by disabling your ATM card, such that if you don't, the cash at hand is what you have to manage. Otherwise, before you make that purchase of 5,000 naira or $50 or anything, when you think of the hurdle of going to the bank to do that small transaction, you rather not do it at all. So this can help you to be in control. If you are tempted to eat too much, instead of ordering foods in bulk, you can order foods in small packages. This is a commitment device. Another example is to commit to something ahead. Probably you also wish to write a book like Victor Hugo. And then instead of keeping it to yourself, you can speak to a mentor or speak to a good friend, an accountability partner. Share your plan with a person to say, okay, by December 2025, I want to have this book written. Please check on me. It is a commitment device. Or you pay for a coaching session ahead. You want to start a business. You identify a business coach and you pay ahead. That way you are committing yourself such that if you have to cancel, it must be something very, very cogent that will make you cancel that session, because you know that you are going to be losing a lot of money, right? So if it is not something that is a matter of life and death, you will not cancel the coaching session. You will find a way around it because you have already paid. And most business coaches don't come cheap. So you will think about it twice, right? So there are so many things that you can do now that can keep bringing you rewards later on. Imagine Victor Hugo taking that action once, only once, to lock away all his clothes. But now his name is listed amongst the names of notable authors in the world. Commitment devices are useful because they enable you to take advantage of good intentions before you fall victim to temptations. You are able to take control of your life and what you should be doing, right? Commitment devices increases the odds that you will do the right thing in the future by making bad habits difficult now. The habit of scrolling through your phone, make a commitment device, to probably delete that social media app. It's a tough decision that you have to do. You do it now, but you'll be able to study or spend time with your children, which will give you future gains, future rewards. Sometimes we are too busy doing what? Things that do not even matter, at the expense of bonding with our children. And what happens? The children don't know you. You've not created any bond. And then you in the future, when they are all grown, they don't even want to spend time with you. You are forcing a relationship with them, right? How to automate a habit and never think about it again. I really, really like the story of John Henry Patterson here. He was born in Ohio in 1844. He spent most of his time on the farmland, doing chores for his family and things like that. But afterward, he decided to start his own company, a small supply store for coal miners. And he employed some people to help him in the store. Customers were coming in, at least they were buying things and all of that, even though he had competitors. But there was no money to show for it. All the customers that are coming and the things they are buying, where is the money? There was no money. Then he discovered that his employees were stealing from him. They were actually stealing from him because there was no way to lock away the cash or the receipts. So they could easily go there and alter receipts. They could easily go where cash is and pick some. Or a customer can come buy stuff of $10 and then somebody can remove $2, say, oh, they paid $8, things like that. They were really, really manipulating the system, and it was giving him a big concern. In the mid 1800s, employee theft was a common problem, right? Unless you were willing to hover your employees, checking their activities, monitoring them from time to time, there was no way anybody could prevent that. But luckily for him, a time came when he came across an advertisement for a new invention called RITI Incorruptible Cashier. And this helped him. It was the first cash register that actually helped him to lock away cash and receipts. The machine was automated. So once you open it and you put money and receipt there, more like what we have in stores these days, right? It locks in. And before you knew it, this guy, over a period of 6 months, realized $5,000 in profit, which was an equivalent of more than $100,000. At the time that this book was written, I'm sure it's well over that right now. So the system was automated. Instead of him focusing on his employees, trying to change their habits, trying to tell them not to steal, give them reasons not to steal, have headache while doing that, what did he do? He simply automated the system. He was so impressed with that. So the employee theft at the store vanished overnight. If they didn't have access to cash, there was no way they could steal. And that was why the system he got so impressed that he actually bought the rights to own that company. What's it again? RITI Invention. He bought it. And 10 years later, National Cash Register, he changed the name, he even changed business, right? National Cash Register had over 1,000 employees, and it was on its way to becoming one of the most successful businesses of its time. So how does this relate to making your bad habits inevitable? Sorry. Your good habits inevitable and your bad habits impossible. The best way to break a bad habit is to make it impractical to do. He made it impractical for his employees to steal. He didn't have to disturb himself or anything. He just got an automated cash register that locked in money and receipts and everything. So once they didn't have access, there was no way they could steal, right? He increased the friction, I beg your pardon, until you don't have the option to act. Do that for your bad habits. Make it unattractive. Make it impractical, and make it impossible. Increase the friction. For example, the author even said that he had to interview some people to know how they were able to auto eating healthy, becoming more productive, and these are some of the things they did. For them to sleep well, they simply bought a good mattress. For them to, eat less of calorie, they simply reduced the size of the plates. They used smaller plates to eat. For them to be happy, they simply moved to a friendly social neighborhood. For them to have good health, they simply buy supportive chair or standing desk that will make them sit upright. For them to save more, they actually enrolled in an automatic savings plan. So this is one good thing that you can also do. You can automate your savings. I just want to pick on that. You can automate your savings. If you want to be saving consistently, instead of having to transfer money to that savings account every month, maybe, you can automate it. You can do direct debit, or what do they call it? It skipped my head now. You know what I'm talking about. You can actually automate it. Tell your bank to do, if you remember, please put it in the comments. Such that the money is deducted at the time that you set for it to be deducted, right? A particular amount is deducted at a particular time. If I remember, I'll just keep my head, right? So one other effective way to do this, to automate your life and your good habits, is to use technology. Yeah, technology can be used to your advantage. You have alarms on your phone, you have Google calendars, you have different things. Use it to your advantage. You can also use technology to your disadvantage. Even though technology is good, by the time you want to check your alarm, bank order, thank you. By the time you want to check your alarm, you find yourself scrolling on social media and you tell yourself, oh, just one more minute, oh, just one more page, oh, just one, and then on and on, you keep going. So don't allow technology to work. Standing order. Thank you. Standing order. That is it. So when you automate as much of your life as possible, you can spend your efforts on the tasks that machine cannot do. I hope that we're really going to put all of this into practice, right? If you want to even get your prayer life to be better, set alarms. Somebody once said that, oh, he prays like 6 times in a day. He just set his alarm to go off at different times, maybe 2 hours interval or 3 hours interval. Once the alarm goes off, no matter how busy he is at his desk, because he's a very, very busy person, he just gets up, pace around his office and say some words of prayer, even if it's for 10 minutes. Then he sits back, and over time he has built these good habits. He has automated it. He doesn't have to rack his brain, and to say, oh, I forgot. The alarm would definitely go off and remind him, right? So use technology to your advantage. Okay. I think I've done all of this. Right. There's also another example that I like here about a guy. He's also a habit expert like James Clear. And When okay, no. It's not it's James Clear himself. James Clear himself. He said when he was writing this book, he experimented with a time management strategy. Every Monday, he would tell his assistants to change the password to his social media account such that he's not able to log in all through the week. And the assistant would only tell him the new password on Friday so that he would be able to enjoy social media, you know, over the weekend. And he did this until he was able to finish the book. So these are hard decisions that you can actually make if you are serious about making your good habits inevitable and your bad habits impossible. The decisions are tough. They will take you out of your comfort zone. They are not going to come easy. You naturally want to go on social media. You naturally want to go on YouTube. In fact, YouTube, Netflix, and all of these apps, they have also automated their systems. When you are done watching one video, another one starts playing automatically. They understand the assignment. They are on a mission. It's a strategy to keep you watching and watching. So you can do the same thing for your life. Automate your own life as well. All right. I think we've come to the end of this. So when working in your favor, automation can make your good habits inevitable and your bad habits impossible. What is the summary of this chapter? Number one, the inversion of the third law of behavior change is make it difficult. Make your bad habits difficult. Number two, a commitment device is a choice you make in the present that locks in better behavior in the future. Number three, the ultimate way to lock in future behavior is to automate your habits. At least the ones that technology can do, the ones that machine can do, automate it. Number four, one-time choices like buying a better mattress or enrolling in an automatic savings plan are single actions that automate your future habits and deliver increasing returns over time. Imagine automating your savings now. You don't have to think about it. You just put a standing order in place for your bank to deduct money from your account into your savings account or savings app or any other savings plan that you're doing. And then go and check 1 year from now, 5 years from now, you'll be amazed at how much you have in your savings. That is if you have not touched it. Lastly, using technology to automate your habits is the most reliable and effective way to guarantee the right behavior. Thank you so much for joining me on this review. Please don't forget to like this video, share your comments with me in the comment section below, and please subscribe to this channel in case you're yet subscribed. I remain Olaide Agbajoy, also known as First Lady, and on this channel, I inspire you to live intentionally. I'm going to come your way again tomorrow as, oh my God, we're almost, okay, not almost, yeah. We're going to be looking at the fourth law of behavior change, which says, make it satisfying. And we'll be reviewing chapter 15 titled, The Cardinal Rule of Behavior Change. This is going to be another interesting review. Until then, be intentional. Bye. Welcome.